Namaste. Let me quickly explain about JayGanga Life Coaching Academy. Welcome to JayGanga Life Coaching Academy. It's under the company's name JayGanga Life Coaching OPC Private Limited. So we do these workshops on life coaching, and we do it for corporates, schools, educational institutions, colleges, universities, then government offices, business houses, corporate organizations, then departments, government departments, and you name anybody, we are there. We also do for clubs, social organizations, and all that. Now, when we talk about the corporates or government organizations or offices which are into business, we say that we have to work on our mindsets. Now, if our mindsets are disturbed or if our mindsets are negative, then our results are also going to be negative, and our productivity, our performance, our efficiency, our effectiveness falls down. Now, we also believe that if we change our mindset, our results also change. And we have a lot of potential within us. Every human being is a resource, and that resource is not 100% utilized. We hardly use 10% to 20% because of this negativity or our mindset, which stops us to become excellent and excel in our work. So that's why this life coaching, and we say change mindset and change results, unleashing your hidden potential to shape your destiny. So you have to work on yourself so that you get the best out of yourself. So our website is jayganga.in, and the contact numbers are there, 7735651118, and our office, Mrs. Pooja Rani Sahu, she is the National Programs Coordinator. She will attend and she will be able to give you all the help that is required. We are doing this workshop in the corporates and in every place. We call it the Body, Mind and Heart Workshop, because what we say is the person is very important, and the person consists of body, his mind and his heart. And you see that on the screen we have heart in red in color, because we feel that the heart is most important, because the feelings are very important. And once the feelings are all right, they are very positive, you are very happy, then automatically your thinking is affected. Negative mind also can become positive if our feelings are good. And similarly, our body will be taken care and we experience good health and will be able to be more productive. So this is a workshop where we rejuvenate the body, mind and heart, namely the three dimensions: physical, psychological and emotional dimension, for an enhanced productivity, efficiency and effectiveness of our decisions. So we also say that the person is important, particularly human resource department, who is dealing with the human beings. So it's a most powerful resource, and they also have the intelligence and they have the feelings. So the person is very important. Since the project is delivered by the person only, the person is of high importance. And when we talk about the project, we also have to take care of the project apart from the person. And that is why we say work on the person more, and also on the project for efficiency in performance and effective decision making. Now, when we say the person, we talk about the body, mind and heart. So that's how we work on the person in the organization in these workshops. We cover different subjects, but before that, let me quickly glance through the human process. What is this human process? Now, whatever we want from the end result, from the user point of view, we have to see their behavior, their efficiency, their results, what are they contributing to the organization, what is their profitability in the organization. So all that we see. So we say that the results or actions or behavior or the words are coming from our thoughts, our thinking patterns, our mental formations, our belief system. What we are thinking, that only will put it into action or words. But then these thoughts have a root. The thoughts are coming from your emotions and feelings. So that is your heart. So the results, actions, behavior, words are coming from the body. Thoughts, thinking patterns, mental formations, belief systems are coming from your mind. And the mind in turn is dependent on the feelings, emotions and feelings. For example, a person who is very, very qualified, highly qualified and very intelligent, and he has got vast knowledge, but if he is hurt with his fellow beings or fellow as executives, then he may not want to do any work with them, and then his entire capacity is brought down to zero because he doesn't want to work. He is not in a position to work because the feelings are a million times more powerful than the thoughts. Then these emotions and feelings are coming from your past decisions and what imprints you carry in your mind and what is the conditioning that you have had in your childhood. So all that is dependent on what feelings and emotions you experience today. So we then go back. These decisions are coming from past hurts and past experiences and past events, particularly in your childhood and before. Now, these past hurt experiences and events are nothing but your past lives, mother's womb, what happened in the mother's womb, the birth traumas which you might have gone through, the fears that you have undergone, they are called the unconscious fears, and what happened in the early childhood between 0 to 6 years. So that's how we work step by step backward. So first in the body, mind and heart workshop, we try to do whatever hurts and whatever feelings and whatever has happened to you after 6 years or maybe in the recent past. But then the past lives and other things, we do it in a different process called the re-scripting retreat, which we work on the early childhood. They're called fundamental childhood decisions and what happened in the mother's womb, the birth traumas and the past life vasanas. Now, let us now come to the aligning with the organization's vision. So what does the organization want? Broadly, it wants the sense of ownership. That is, people who are working for the organization, they should own the organization. They should feel that I am the owner, this is my company. That my feeling and that bonding should be very strong, and that is of high importance. Then we need sense of pride and belongingness to the organization. So I should feel that I am a part of this organization. So that is again, that pride is important. Then we have leadership and excellence in every activity that the executive does. Because even the Lord says that you have to excel in everything that you do. There must be quality in your work. Then there very important is your relationships with amongst the organization, executives, your colleagues, your friends, that is in the organization. But we also say that your relationship with your family, mainly your mother, father, wife, husband, children, that relationship is again very important. If that is not all right, then automatically that will be flowing into the organization. Your frustration is flowing into the organization. Thereby your efficiency, effectivity and productivity is coming down. That in turn affects the profitability of the organization and the sustenance of the organization. Now, mutual respect to develop effective working teams. So you have to create bonding amongst the executives because it's not a one-man show, it's a teamwork. So when the teams, then there is not one team, there are several teams in the organization. So at every point, the leader of the organization should form the good team, have a good bond and have values in the team so that there is ethical leadership and there will be ethics in your professional organization to get good results as well. Better communication skills. Then this is again another important area where your communication should be good. Miscommunication is normally the root cause of a falling of an organization apart from relationships. Then this particular workshop which we do, the body, mind and heart workshop, it will work on the experiential learning. That means we conduct a subject, we talk, we lecture, we explain, and then we ask questions. There is a lot of interaction in the communication in the classes, and then we go into an experience where we make them contemplate, we make their body relax. So they lie down in Shavasana so that the body is completely relaxed so that they can go inward and experience what they have learned. So that's why it's called experiential learning. And then we are going to enhance leadership qualities. And when we talk about leadership qualities, we totally believe that it is an internal aspect of a person, not the external aspect alone. So we work on the internal leadership qualities. That's why we call it as an internal approach. And shortly, we will also see what is internal and what is external. Now, values and attitude towards productivity and performance. So once we have our values, we'll talk about what the values are. So values actualization, whatever, for example, you talk about gratitude, you talk about forgiving a person. So this should be the internal attributes of of a person, of a leader. So we will work on that, how we can actualize the values. Then managing attitude towards work activities. So your attitude and your mindset towards work also is important. For example, we change mindsets for effective work culture. So we improve the work culture, and then productive interaction for better performance. Now we have to have the team building and team spirit amongst the people. So we work on that understanding of relationships in a greater depth in our classes. And then we talk about values. All these values are in the internal world. What are those values? One is gratitude, forgiving or sensitivity, forgiving, acceptance, commitment, dedication, honesty, sincerity, and inner integrity. So all these values will be explained, and it will be an experiential learning. That is, they themselves will experience these values in the workshop. Now, how to actualize these values? This is a very important, this is a $1 billion question. Now, people normally say you should have gratitude, so try to be grateful. That doesn't work. You should see that you are ungrateful. Then there is a transformation which happens in the internal world. So the principles in the internal world are very different, which people normally don't know. So that also will be taught in the workshop. So one should have passion to have values. That's the most important eligibility. One should have they should feel that I should have good values. Second, not trying to inculcate values. That means you should not try to inculcate those values, but see that you do not have the values. So seeing how you do not have the values will be the starting point. And then we make them watch and stay and experience. Now this, we cannot explain it here. It's explained in the workshop in greater depth. We give certain instructions like keep their phones on silent mode and wear loose fitted clothes, because it will be a yoga and all that will be there. So they sit down for a long time. So they must be comfortable. Then they should ask questions during breaks and make notes also. Respect each other's time and don't waste time of others also by delaying. Following the prerequisites, which we will be talking about shortly, and keep all your belongings aside so that they don't disturb you. So then we go to the prerequisites and we talk about Purna Mauna. They have to maintain silence throughout the program so that they go inward. Then we have Alpahara. They have to eat little food. Then there is true listening, that is complete participation, and passion should be there. Prayer they should be doing within themselves if they are believing in God, or if they don't believe in God, they can just seek the energies, the cosmic energies, and then sacredness. I just want to mention here that it's not a religious program, because I mentioned prayer. You might be thinking that we'll be talking about God in depth and we'll be religious, or we talk only about some God or some poem or some guru. Nothing like that. We just tell them to take the blessings so that things will work faster, because normally for any success or anything which we want, we take the blessings of the Lord. But those who are non-believers of God, they can always just seek, and they say where there is a will, there is a way. So let them have that strong will. So that's all. Then we go into the subjects like internal world and external world. We live in two worlds. People think that we are only in one world, but we are living in two worlds, internal and external. And both the worlds are governed by principles. So we have to know the principles. So internal world, normally people don't know, which we will be teaching. So that's where the life coaching really begins. And then the principles for both the worlds are different, sometimes opposites also. Like poles repel, unlike poles attract. That is for the external world. Whereas in the internal world, like poles attract and unlike poles repel. That's exactly the opposite. Similarly, you have to be positive for the external world. But in the internal world, if you're positive, you are actually losing, because you have to see your negative side. As I said, that in the internal world, if you are not grateful, see that you are ungrateful, then automatically there is an emotional shift. Maybe there are tears, there is a change, and then that will be the power within you which will drive you into success. So some examples are effort and being positive in the external. You have to be putting in effort and being positive in the external. In the internal, you have to be silent or just become aware and see the negative in the internal, so that there will be a positive shift. Then we have internal world versus external world. Every problem has two problems, internal and external. First handle the internal and then handle the external. So in-depth study will be there in the workshop. If time doesn't permit, handle the external first and then the internal. So we go into different examples, like internal acceptance. If you have lost an item, then accept it internally, whereas externally you have to search for the item. People think that, okay, I have accepted and I don't search. No, that is the wrong understanding. So a lot of misconceptions will be removed in the workshop, and internal forgiving clubbed with external punishment. So if you have somebody has hurt you, yes, you have to forgive, otherwise you will be the sufferer. Whereas externally, a punishment may be required, which has to be given. So otherwise, people will go, they will take you for a ride. Now, how to forgive? There are 3 steps in this. We will, in depth, we will take them through an experience. This itself is a very long session for maybe 2 hours. Now, watch your thoughts, stay in the hurt and experience the feeling. Then forgiving is natural. So, you don't have to forgive. If you do these 3 steps, automatically forgiving happens. How? We'll have to go into the workshop and go see. Then we work on the 6 ego games. This is about ego management. You have to we are trying to dominate others, refusing to be dominated by others. In every relationship, I am always right. In every discussion, you are wrong. And then you always keep giving an explanation and a justification and covering up your image. And then we all the time are protecting our image. In every thought, in every action, in every thinking, we are always thinking about defending ourselves. So these are the 6 ego games. Then we talk about ego plus position is equal to positionality. So these are very, very interesting and very powerful topics, whereby the ego, they will realize, and lot of conflicts and struggles and fights and not doing the work because of hurt or destroying the work or destroying the organization's property also sometimes are all avoided in just understanding the 6 ego games thoroughly. So this is also a part of the Body, Mind and Heart workshop. Then we talk about the fear and insecurities. So we just see how it's not a snake, it's only a rope. Visualize the worst that is happening. So these are all different things which we will be doing when we are handling the fear. We have to go through the experience of fear. People are normally avoiding the thought of the fear. So that we have to remove it by experiencing the fear. Now that takes some time, so we'll do that depending on the time availability. This is a subject of a next level program called the re-scripting retreat, because there are a lot of unconscious fears which we need to do, and it consumes a lot of time to remove that fear. So we will just touch upon it in the Body, Mind, Heart workshop, but the in-depth program of fear or even childhood conditioning and birth traumas and past lives, we do it in a 3 days re-scripting retreat. Then we definitely touch about yoga. What yoga we see normally is done very, very fast. For example, Surya Namaskaras are done in 1 minute. 12 asanas are done in 1 minute, very fast. I call it exercise. I don't call it yoga, because yoga is basically to culminate into oneself, to be union with everything, with all that is. So that speed has to be come down. So we do our Surya Namaskaras, actually, all the 13 asanas are done in 21 minutes, not 1 minute. And one asana is added. That's why you would have already noticed that I told that yoga Surya Namaskaras are done in 12 asanas. But now I am telling 13 asanas. So there is one asana included to relax the body in between, because it's done very, very slowly. So the impact is world of difference. It's like a difference between an accountant and a chartered accountant. There's a lot of difference between the normal things, normal asanas which are done today, and what they are, how they are supposed to be done. So we have Pranamasan, then Hasta Uttanasan, Pada Hastasan, Asvasanchalanasana, Parvatasan, Ashtanga Namaskara, and Advasana. Advasana is an addition. Then we go back to Bhujanga Asana, and then we go to Parvatasan, Asvasanchalanasana, Pada Hastasan, Hasta Uttanasan, and Pranamasan. And we also teach them a couple of more asanas to do, so that can take care of their daily routine. Then we touch upon basic touching about the mind, the conscious, subconscious, and the unconscious mind. We deal with this in a greater depth in the 3 days re-scripting retreat, which will be a second level program for them. Then we talk about the unconscious mind, which consists of, as I already mentioned, fundamental childhood decisions 0 to 6 years. Then we have birth traumas, 9 months pregnancy period. During those 9 months, what happens? There are again 4 stages in that. So that's all quite a subject. And 3, we do the past life asanas. Then we work on the chakras, the 7 chakras which are there. We talk about the nadis, the Ida Nadi, Pingla Nadi, connected to the moon and the sun, and how they are affecting your mind, breath, and Kundalini, how it is affecting the energies. So through the Prana Shaktis, we will be working on. There are 6 bodies, the Shatakosha, which are called. They are the Annamaya Kosha, Pranamaya Kosha, Manomaya Kosha, Vijnanamaya Kosha, Anandamaya Kosha, and Karmamaya Kosha. Now all these bodies have to be taken care properly. So at least they should get a knowledge of what these are and how they have to take care. That will at least bring an awareness to them to take care of their bodies properly, which they are not, because they are going off their track and they are going off their mind, and they are doing so much of work, or they are getting into so much of stress, which is totally unnecessary. So these chakras will also, the chakra meditation or the chakra dhyana will also help them to stay more focused, to handle different emotions within them. So each chakra is connected to a particular emotion, particular energy center in the brain, and it works. So we do a very deep chakra dhyana. This should be normally done under a guru's guidance. So I will take care of that, and we do this dhyana. They're totally relaxed. They go into a different state of mind, and they're very, very relaxed. This is the most important part of the workshop towards the end. Then we go into also realization of vision, what they want. Suppose you are expecting something in the organization, they can actually, through certain prayers and drawing of cosmic energy, they can make things happen. Even the impossible things can be done. That's the power of the visualization. It's called creative visualization with the help of the divine. Then drawing of universal cosmic energies. That's the divine energies you may call, cosmic energies you may call, healing energies you can call, their universal energies. So how to draw, they will learn that art. And then making impossible things also happen through their prayers and this realization of vision. Then at the end, we transfer the power to heal, so that they can heal themselves and also heal others. That's the most beautiful part. That's the end gift given in the Body, Mind, Heart workshop. So the major gifts are realization of vision, chakra dhyana, and then healing, power to heal others. That's the final gift. So that is what is all about the Body, Mind, and Heart workshop. And we have our National Programs Coordinator, Mrs. Pooja Sahu. Her mobile, her email, everything is there. So you can also scan the code, and her contact can be saved in your mobile. Then I am Kiran, and I am the founder, chairman, cum principal mentor of this. With me on these numbers, you can save my contact using the scanner, and that's it for now. And thank you so much for listening to the whole session now and this presentation. I'm sure you are motivated and inspired to start the workshop, at least one Body, Mind, Heart workshop as a pilot program in your organization. Should you require anything from me or from my office, please get in touch with us, and we'll be more than happy to guide you further or give you more information. And I'm waiting for you to get it started. Thank you and namaste.